Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. So we were seeing these 9 levels of this Bhakti Lata, the wine, and this is the sloka which is the core of this whole class is Ado Shraddha Tada Sadhu Sangota Bhajana Kriya Tato Narta Nuvridikshat Tato Nishta Rucistada Ada Sakti Tado Bhavas Tata Prema Yudanjati Sadakanam Ayam Premna Pradurbhave Bhavet Krama. So, again to summarize. First, the faith, Shraddha awakens in the heart of the practitioner of Bhakti. As a result of the Shraddha, a desire for the association of saintly persons, that is Sadhu Sangha, awakens, followed by a propensity to practice their teachings, that is Bhajana Kriya. So after that comes the stage in which obstacles to devotion are cleared, that is called Anartha Nivritti. Subsequently, firm faith, Nishta in Bhajana, that is devotional absorption, will come, and followed by the awakening of a transcendental, this is a state. So whatever you are seeing, those are actually all of the efforts. But now the awakening, this is actually a stage of realization, and that is Ruci. So Ruci is the place where actually the devotion actually starts. All the others are just preparation only. So thereafter it becomes intense. So the intense attachment awakens in the heart of the sadhaka, and that stage is called asakti. So that is the object of one's bhajana. Then even surpassing even that awakening of the transcendental emotion comes then. That is bhava. And that bhava again goes to mahabhava, and there are so many different kinds of bhavas are there. Anubhavas and so many are there. So that is actually the fruit actually. You are actually getting the fruit. So when you get the ruchi, that means you are actually getting into the flowering stage. Okay, so today we are going to be seeing this the ruchi. Okay, before that I just want to bring one slide from the last class. So as I told in the previous class, hearing about Madhurya Kadambini may be like reading the label of honey bottle. Okay, that we have to understand. It is not really tasting the honey. Licking the honey bottle is not tasting the honey. So only those who have come to this stage of ruchi can really understand and realize about these stages. So the bhajana with nishta that we really covered last week is also compared to a blazing fire. It makes the gold really, getting rid of the impurities, and it gets shining and shining and shining. Just as a gold becomes dazzling by being heated in fire, similarly, this is a golden medallion of bhakti is really just glowing in the heart of the sadhaka. Okay, so now, so we'll start from there. Now, when the sadhaka is in full nishta, the next thing that sadhaka will be seeing is a strong and very sweet taste. Okay, so now the ruchi is coming. Ruchi means taste. In what? In devotional activities. Okay, so while everyone is struggling to concentrate and listen to Harikatha, the sadhaka will be in fact hankering to hear anything related to Krishna. Anything related to Krishna, he immediately throws out everything, and then he actually hankers, and then he is because of the state which is the ruchi. Okay, so basically because of this divine taste, he appears to be like a bad man. Like everybody look at him, like Mirabai, who is really a best example of showing the ruchi, was actually termed as mad, and he was actually to be actually given poison to really drink. So you all know the story. So this is what happens when one gets into the ruchi state. In the world will actually think that he is mad. Okay? So, why he is not showing any interest in even eating or dressing or earning money, nothing. So, even they won't even take care of, taking care of themselves. So, that is a strong sign that sadhaka in the Ruchi state is not living in this material world at all. He is way detached. He is now ready to connect strongly to Krishna. That is the asakti that we will cover in the next class. So, also it is said, a golden gem on a person. Suppose you really think that, there is a golden effulgent gem is in your heart. What will happen? It will be radiating throughout your body and everywhere that is actually. So wherever you go, so this jewel will be always. So whatever that sadhaka talks, whatever the sadhaka actually just does, everything will be related to hearing or remembering about Krishna, chanting, basically all the devotional activities will be automatically there. He is not going to be interested in anything else because this jewel has manifested. So the distinct relish that one obtains from this transcendental perception of this state is going to make him taste the names and forms and qualities and pastimes and of Krishna in a very high state that is called Ruchi. Okay, so think about Mirabai. Mirabai is a standard example who really attained the stage of Ruchi. So Ruchi is a pure spiritual taste with realization. That's what I told you. Because all the previous things like sadhu sangha, like starting with shraddha, then sadhu sangha, bhajana kriya, anartha nivritti, nishtha, they were all efforts out of the shraddha that the Lord himself is arranging and you are basically pursuing, you are pushing and pushing. You really have the interest is slowly growing. And when it comes to the Ruchi state, it is a real realization. Okay, so the Ruchi is a stage of realization. It is like you take efforts to grow sugar cane. For example, suppose you are actually taking effort to really grow sugar cane because sugar cane is, it's tasty. It's the juice is very, very tasty. So what you do? So you first believe, you have shraddha that you can grow sugar canes, and you have the shraddha, the belief that the sugar cane is actually sweeter. Then what do? You meet the people and get ideas, the sadhu sangha, to really make this field of a sugar cane. So what do then? Then you buy the equipments and plow the field and plant the sugar canes and water them. That is bhajana kriya. Okay, so we saw that shraddha, then sadhu sangha, then bhajana kriya. Okay, I am giving a rude example. Then what do? There will be a lot of weeds will be growing. So much of weeds will be growing. What do you have to do? You have to remove the weeds, right? You have to take out those. That is anartha nivritti. And also take constant effort to water them every day. Put fertilizers, and you are fully engaging in your big sugarcane field. That is nishtha. That is your regular routine work. And now what is the result comes there? Then you harvest. Then you can actually drink the sugarcane juice and taste it. This is Ruchi. Okay, I'm just to give this example. I just thought about it, and this probably you'll understand what exactly this means now. So Ruchi is a state where you are actually drinking. Okay, so you are feeling a taste. So all those previous are efforts, activities. But this is the realization that you can taste it. That is Ruchi. But the difference between the Ruchi and this Ruchi, like drinking the sugar cane versus the spiritual Ruchi, is that sugar cane juices will run out. But the spiritual Ruchi will never run out. Okay, it is always there. It's called Sada Ruchi. They say Sada means all the time. Actually, there is one friend of me who is in West Virginia in the ISKCON temple taking care of the monument for Prabhupada, and his name is Sada Ruchi. I know him. Okay, he was actually with me with us when we were in Virginia. So Sada Ruchi means always Ruchi. Okay, so tasting what? Tasting the sweetness and mellow of bhakti. And which bhakti? There are so many people saying, I am a bhakta, going to all kinds of temples they do. They are not the bhakti. That is not the bhakti that we are talking about. We are talking about Krishna bhaktas, not other bhaktas. So as we see, now, see, look at the common people now. There are two kinds of tastes that we can see from the common people. One is taste for mundane life. They have mundane love and is bodily oriented. Then the second one which I am talking about is a taste for divine love. Divine life. Of course, that has connection with divine love, and it is soul oriented. Okay, so this is where it is. So whether you are living in your by your body or the bodily consciousness or spiritual consciousness, right, Krishna consciousness, that's the difference. So the people will show where they are attracted. You can see that. So the example is the crow and swan. I have really given this in some Harikatha also. Crows are so many, but swan is very rare. I think it is almost now extinct or something. Okay, but what do the crows do? Where can you really find all these crows? They are seen in the municipalities, Kajaradapa. Wherever there is waste, wherever there is garbage that you dump, and the crow will come and enjoy it. That thing is enjoyment. But these all kinds of nasty things. Okay, but the swans are not like that. Where where do they live? They are found only sitting in the near the in the lotus flower. So that is how the swan is located. So our material taste is actually disgusting, like the crow. What the crows are eating, but they don't know it. That is the problem. Crows, you ask, you are eating nasty. No, this is delicious. And spiritual taste is the most blissful. But how will they know? That's the problem. So actually the devotees in Ruchi and also in above stages are like drunkard actually. But they are entirely opposite in nature. You see this picture, one is a real drunkard, other one is also looks like drunkard. As if, she really drunk something and she is drunk or something, whatever. Right? So now a drunkard is controlled by his addiction, his material addictions, and they can never live without their addiction. Similarly, a devotee in Ruchi stage is also in addiction. They also can never live without their addiction, but they are opposite in nature. How? A drunkard depends on drugs or alcohol, external Mayic substances. But the devotee in Ruchi stage relies on the taste of Bhagavan's form, name and qualities. Okay, that is the substance that he is really enjoying. Okay, becoming like a drunkard. So the material drunkard may want to get out of his addiction. Yes, he will. Yes, everybody wants to get out. That is why we have so many special programs and hospitals and centers here and there, and the government is spending so much billions of dollars to really take care of them. Yes, they want to come out of the addiction, but are struggling to get out. But the devotees in Ruchi stage does not want to get out of it. They want to be in that addiction forever. So now a drunkard can be cured. But the Ruchi in the devotee, that devotee can never be cured. There is no medicine. In fact, that drunkards with Ruchi are the most fortunate. What do? We worship them. We worship those who are actually in the Ruchi. That kind of drunkard. And what do we do with the material drunkards? Alcohol and all the drugs? They are in contempt. We will avoid. That's it. So the society will even, actually put them off. See, that is the difference, okay? So both are the drunkard only. Now the devotees in the stage of Ruchi have Radha Krishna sitting in their hearts all the time. Their life and soul is Radha Krishna. They do not have anything else or want anything else.
Radha Krishna
So Here one question may come also. While these devotees are giving their lives to Krishna, does Bhagavan, Krishna has any reaction? What does he do? The answer is here. Bhakta ama preme bandi yache hridaya bitare yaha nidra pade dhagan dekaye amara. My pure devotee, this is what Krishna says. My pure devotee binds me in his heart with his special robes of this prema. And wherever he goes, he sees only me, nothing else. And also he says more. Aham bhakta paradiyeno. Here, as mandara iva tvija, sadhubir grasta hridayo, bhakter bhakta janapriyaha. I am completely under the control of my devotees. Indeed, I do not have any independence. Everybody is saying I am the law, I am everything, I am however, so I am independent. I am not independent. Who said I am independent? No, I am not independent. I am controlled by my devotees. Whatever they ask me to do, I will do it. I am a puppet in their hand. Look at that. We also saw that, right? Tulasitala matrena. See, when somebody gives with that in that bhakti, not just with bhakti, a tulasi leaf and just a palm pula, chulukena, just a palm pula water, I am purchased by them. That is the power of this bhakti. And in fact, the same Lord is also telling in Narada Muni, Naham vasami vaikunde yoginam hridayena cha madbhakta yatra gayandi tatra dishtami Narada. Oh Narada, you think I reside in Vaikunda or somewhere here like that in the spiritual world? No. I put a puppet there. That's all they are seeing. Where am I? I am in the what? In the heart of those bhakti yogis, bhaktas. And I reside where my devotees glorify my name. And my form, my qualities and my transcendental pastime. That is the place I am living. I am living in their heart, not even any yogis. Yoginam hridayam cha. Look at here. Nagam vasami vaikunda. I am not in Vaikunda. Then also Nagam yoginam hridaya. No, I am not there either. He is there with the devotees. So Krishna is giving the topmost position to his pure devotees. He told Uddhava once that he said, Uddhava, my devotees are the top, more dear, the dearmost, even compared to Lakshmi. Luckily Lakshmi Devi did not hear, but see, that is how he is actually posting his pure devotees. Now here is something very, very important that very careful. A devotee in the Ruchi stage will never get tired in devotional activities. He'll be doing this, he'll be doing that, never get tired, because he's enjoying it. Because the thing is, why we get tired when we really work in the office or work on something mundane, we get tired. Oh my God, I am so tired. Today I was doing this. But this will not come from the mouth of a devotee who has developed, who has come to the Ruchi. No. Okay. So they will be active all the time, 24 hours a day, only in devotional activities. So this is opposite to laziness, dull or sleepy. No. They never know what it is. So even if the devotee does not eat, the strength comes. That's what I used to tell Raghunath Das Goswami. Solid example. He was drinking only a palm full of buttermilk one day. That's it. One day, just a palm full of buttermilk. That's all he will have. And once by looking at this kind of horrible state, the devotee actually brought a bigger leaf. Bigger one. He found out. Why are you giving this bigger leaf? Why did you get that? All kinds of things. No, he said, no, I am not going to. Just to give me the same amount that you used to give. That's all. And where is the strength coming from? Can you do 1000 Tandavat Pranams every day? Okay, see basically that is equivalent to pull-ups. How many times pull-ups you will do? 1000 Tandavas Pranam every day. Where is the energy coming from? And he was preaching every day, giving classes. And he was composing so many scriptures. Not only that, every day he goes to the parikrama. Govardhan is 21 kilometers. He goes around, then comes back again. Sanatan Goswami, same thing daily he was doing, not only walking around the Govardhan parikrama 21 kilometers, but he also, after that, he used to walk to Madhura for his bhiksha, because it was forest where he was staying. So to really come to the town, 14 kilometers he has to walk by foot. He walks, gets some 1 or 2 chapati, and then comes back again, 14 miles back again, every day. No Goswamis ate more than once. Where do they get this strength from? If you do the calorie calculation, it won't make any sense at all. And they revealed so many scriptures. Their mind was amazingly connected to the spiritual dimension. So they were revealing so many scriptures. And they were renovating pastime places of Radha Krishna in Vrindavan. They traveled to Puri, Bengal, all the places they were traveling. Why there is no fatigue? Because they do not have attachment to his body. So where is this energy coming from? It is coming from Krishna. See, he is residing in the heart. He is energetic. He is Bhagavan. He has all the energy. So that radiation, when the Bhagavan gets in the heart, in the Ruchi state, it radiates. That is the power of the Ruchi stage. And Bhakti actually has 64 limbs, in fact. Not just 9, but we group them as 9. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmani, Vedanam. Okay, so this is what we have really, every 9 angas that we can categorize that. Now at this stage of Ruchi, what happens is, a sadhaka actually picks only one mainly. He wants, okay, this is one, either Shravanam or Kirtanam or Smaranam or Pada Sevanam, Archanam, whatever, he chooses one of them, and that is related to his Atma Swarupa. So he picks that, and that is what the seva that he will engage in. Okay, so one particular limb he will actually, for example, gopis, do they really having some chanting beats? No, because they are their focus is not that. Okay, that is included already when they were always thinking about. So their focus is different. So now also there is something happening. Happening at the Ruchi state is uniquely you will be attracted to only one thing. It could be an activity. It could be just Guru Seva. Like you have really heard so many stories, right? Remember, so you will actually take one of them. Or actually, just always singing the Lord by the kirtans. Or of course chanting is also there. So he will actually attracted to one mainly, and others are actually become secondary. This is another thing, okay, that we have to be understanding. And how to know one that, okay, for example, suppose how to know that I am in the Ruchi state. Okay, this is what happens, okay, carefully. These are the symptoms. Like, because how will you know what the temperature of in my body? So what do? I just use the thermometer and then measure. So this is what the point that they are talking about. Okay, it may sound really bizarre to many people. This person will have absolutely no taste in earning money. Nothing. He won't even want to talk about money. The very thought of money, even though without money one cannot live in this world, it will not come to him. He is living in a different world. He will not really dress nicely. No, he has no interest in that. And he has no interest in even eating tasty food. Whatever that comes there, he will eat. And no interest in economic development, standard of living, all kinds of things, and buying this, buying that, selling this. No interest. Actually, at higher stage of Ruchi, they don't even care where they are staying. See Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, why did he stay? In a small room. Very small room. If you see the Gambhira, you will understand. In Jagannath Puri. So, all our Goswamis were also staying under trees only. Only after, because of the population, the devotees wanted him to really have at least a small hut, they will put a small hut. But again, that also, he doesn't maintain. You know the story of Vamsivada Babaji. He never even closed the door. Just like that, he goes there and the rains will be pouring inside. And in fact, when the rain pours through the hut, that was the time for the deities to take bath. That's what they say. Hey, deities, it's a time for giving bath for you. All right, come on, and then he will put on the rain. This is how those sages have been living. So if you read any history of any saintly person, you will not see even a trace of this greed or amassing the wealth or running businesses, collecting degrees and mad for career. Would you see that? Because they don't live here. Okay, any history you take. Okay, so for those saints, these kind of things are simply disgusting. That will happen, you'll realize only when you come to this Ruchi stage. Otherwise, no, it's not possible. So their only interest is to be in connection with Krishna all the time. Whatever he gives, that's it. Okay, alright. So also in the last class, I was covering about Tat Anukula Vastu Vishayini Nishta. So in that means developing qualities that are favorable to bhakti. Okay, there are 26 qualities that I was talking about, right? And we covered in sometime before also. I am just going to pick something, because eventually what happens is it goes from first, and then gradually it goes and high. Okay, that's if you see that, that's what the logic that you really see here. Okay, kind to everyone. That's So this is one of the 26. All these 26 qualities of Vaishnava. So what that means by Anukula Vastu Vishayini Nishta means one is taking effort to develop it. But those who are really in the Ruchi, it already is appearing. So there are two ways to do. You are trying to really develop yourself by forcing yourself to really have the quality, but it's very tough. It's not easy. It's tough actually. You will think, the next day you will forget what the thing that you are supposed to do, and you will be, just shouting at somebody, or you won't be humble enough, or whatever. Ego will automatically come up. No, it's not possible. But however, if you see the stages, the last one, look, 23 is good. Compassionate, friendly, poetic, speaks only about Krishna, and he is expert in all the religious things. He can preach, and he can actually do anything, any endeavor that is related to Krishna, he is the expert. That's what it means. So let us take the last three, for example. Okay, so if you read that, kind to everyone, does not quarrel with any, fixed in the absolute truth, equal to everyone, faultless, charitable, mild, internally very clean, simple, without personal desire, benevolent, basically benefit to all living beings, peaceful, fully attached to Krishna, has no material hankering, meek, steady, self-controlled, does not eat more than required, sane, respects everyone, humble, grave, compassionate, friendly, poetic. Okay, so we'll take only some of them there. Ruchi makes one a poet. That is why if we see that, so these are 24th and 25th qualities, you can see that. You can observe in every single saintly person that we have seen, they always were actually jumping into these composing their own poems. So this poetic, and also they speak only about Krishna. Okay, so only a devotee at the Ruchi stage or higher can actually have this one. And they are the only one who can also guide others. He can become a guru. Okay. So Mirabai is a very unique example to see her in the Ruchi stage. See her bhajans, beautiful bhajans, wonderful. So many composed, and they are all sung everywhere in the whole world. And Krishna had appeared. When she sang, Krishna appears. Srila Narottam Das Thakur again. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. You actually take any one of them. Some could really be because of whatever the background they have, but they all will be poetic. But depending on how much they really want to put, they will put it. But everybody is poetic. For example, take Vamsidasa Babaji. He was always singing to the deities. But what kind of singing? What kind of singing? I mean, no music, nothing. Okay. So now, this is the quality that you can see eventually that they are in the Ruchi state. Now, Actually, once Vamsidasa Babaji I really mentioned, he was asked by a devotee saying, "Oh Babaji, I want to have Krishna Bhakti, I want to have Bhakti, what can I do? Please tell me." He doesn't actually answer. Many of the time, he just talk to the deities only. So then actually, he doesn't look at the one who asked the question. He will face the deity and then talk as if he is talking to him also. He said, "You go and buy the book written by Narottam Das Thakur. It is called, what is the thing called? Prarthana. That is it. You really buy that one, 5 paise. That time it was actually 5 paise or something. You sing that and weep. You will get bhakti." So, being poetic is a symptom of one being at the stage of Ruchi. Or could be higher also. They have at least come to the stage of Ruchi. It automatically manifests. It shows that a person has come to this stage or even beyond. We will cover this, the other stages as we go. So, Ashakti, Bhava, and so on, and all the way to Prema. So, when in Prema, which is the highest stage, this poetry becomes so sweet now. There is no comparison. What is an example? Gopi Gita. So, Gopi Gita is also a poem. It was sung by the gopis with the prema. The prema is, that is why this is high. The whole pinnacle of Srimad Bhagavatam is this Gopi Gita. That you have to understand. Okay? So, also at the stage of Ruchi, Krishna bhajans and Harikathas will bring tears in the eyes. Tears in the eyes. These also mean that one will not be bored by hearing the same story of Krishna again and again and again and again. But ordinary people will say, I know this story. What is this story? I read it maybe 5 years back or something. I know the story. And they will walk away from the Harikatha. Yes, I have seen. But that does not happen at the stage of Ruchi. They want to keep on hearing the same Harikathas again and again and again. Who are in the Ruchi stage, doesn't matter how many times you really tell the same Harikatha. Same Harikatha. They will have when they hear, they have higher bliss. Their bliss only keep on increasing. Why? This quality is actually coming from the spiritual world. Remember I told you, in the spiritual world, the bliss is always ever increasing. This is what they are actually seeing that bimba of that particular quality from the spiritual world. So we read in Chaitanya Charitamrita also, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to listen to the story of, for example, Prahlad Maharaj again and again and again. And he used to weep, oh Prahlad, like that. He heard, I think it said that, if I am right, hundreds of times. Here really, because you will ask somebody to narrate, and he will relish that. So, wanting to hear about Harikatha again and again, without any boredom, but only with increasing bliss, can be felt only by the one who has reached the stage of Ruchi. More they hear, more the tears they shed. The voice, their voice gets choked. They cannot talk. Then they only can cry. I told about the case of Sripad Aniruddha Prabhu. He is always in tears. Whenever we talk about Krishna, he is always in tears. Harikatha is, please give some Harikatha. He starts, as soon as the word about their intimate, the pastime or even the Nama of Krishna comes, he starts crying. No Harikatha. He couldn't really give any Harikatha because this is what is happening all the time. So that is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the 6th Ashtakam wrote this as the 6th verse. If you take the 6th Ashtakam, it is taking you slowly from one stage to another stage. Okay, this is very important. Not everybody will understand. So if you read the Bhajana Rahasya of Sri Bhaktivinoda Thakur, you can see how he is really showing that. Even also our Gurudev has really written a big book about, somewhat medium-sized book about the same 6th Ashtakam, and you can actually read all these. These are different stages. First you really start with Nama Sankirtan and cleaning your heart, and then things will go and go and go. And when you come to the Ruchi stage, that is the time that you are, of course, Ruchi and more, you will get Nayanam Galat Ashrudharaya Vadanam Gadgadaruddaya Gira Pulakair Nichitam Vapukada Tavanama Grane Bhavishyati. When I hear your holy names, your Harikatha, your wonderful pastimes and everything, that the tears, Nayanam Galat Ashru is really Dharaya, means like rain pouring. You see the picture. You like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, whenever he's in the kirtans, all the thing, my God, the tears will be flowing from his eyes like crazy. Torrents of rain. This is how the higher stages of bhakti is actually will be showing as how they are actually manifesting. Okay, so this is where Lord Chaitanya, oh Lord, will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up? Of course, he is writing. He is having all the symptoms, but he is writing for us, right? Choke up. And when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your name? We are singing all kinds of bhajans. Oh Gauranga, when will the poor, my hairs will stand on, but what happens? Is it really standing? No. We are singing thousands of times, but there's nothing. Because the stage is not there yet. So many people also read Gita. Okay, so this is also the stage, Ruchi, where deeper realization will come. Deeper realization. You may look at the sloka and read the purport. Okay, all right, now understood. No. I will tell you an example here. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakura, when he started to recite Srimad Bhagavatam, he took the very first verse and started explaining. Janmadiyasya yato anmayadidarashchartes abhinajat swarat Tene Brahma Hirdaya Adikavaye Mukyandi Yatsuraya Tejovari Mridam Yata Vinimayo Yatra Trisangam Trisargo Mrisha Dhamnesvena Sada Nirashta Kuhakam Satyam Param Dimahi. So this is the first verse. When he started, of course, he really started taking Janmasya, Janmadi. Okay, that is the place where he started. And he was giving class, and it was going on. And because every day, 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours in the evening. Okay, 4 hours Harikatha every day he gives the class. He gave the class. So one day passed, one word. Another day passed, again 2 plus 2, 4. Still she was in the one single word only. And finally what happened? For finishing this one sloka, he took more than 1 month and constantly giving 4 hours of class every single day. This is the deeper realization that I am talking about. Where is it coming from? Where is this coming from? That is why these spiritual secrets are really very, really secret. Only those sadhakas who are really feeling it can realize. They know what is it. He cannot explain to others who are actually mundane, materialistic people. They have no way of understanding this. Because the deeper realization will come. You take one and you go deep and it is really going all the way completely over there. Yes, that is the quality of this Ruchi stage also. So it gives deeper realizations. Their Harikatha, they will start, they'll forget everything and it will keep on going and going. Time running this way. People are really, sleeping there, but doesn't matter. He doesn't have any tiredness. See? I told you, that's one of the quality. Yeah, this is why people normally do not want to hear from highly situated Vaishnavas. Because they don't have any qualification to even listen. They won't. They will get tired. Then after some time they will look at the clock here and there. But whereas these saints, they have no clock, no tiredness, they don't need any food, nothing. That is the stage, this Ruchi stage is the special one. So also Bhakti's Rasamrita Sindhu, that is Jiva Goswami has given this particular word in the commentary about this stage. Ruchir Abhilasha Kindu Buddhi Purvakam. So Ruchi is understood to mean a desire, but one that is guided by one's intelligence, Buddhi Purvakam. That's what it is, because he's impelled by some divine intelligence. So what it is saying is, this longing or thirst is referring to Sri Krishna. So that longing of Sri Krishna is the life force of bhakti. So along with the awakening of such thirst for one's, like the cherished Sri Krishna, right? Then the longing comes to serve him. So that automatically comes there. So Ruchi means you are in service. Already you are in service. So also it is for the same reason that Jiva Goswami has written that desire is of 3 types. He is further getting into more detail, 3 types. One is a deep yearning to do what is favorable for Krishna, Anukulya Abhilasha. Then a deep yearning to serve him with intimacy. That is called Sauhardya Abhilasha. And the third one is a deep yearning to attain him, Praptya Abhilasha. So when the desire to please Sri Krishna by serving him with genuine affection arises, the desire to attain him and to serve him with intimacy also appear in the heart automatically. At this stage of Ruchi, these desires are impelled by their own intelligence. That this is not an ordinary, it's not material intelligence. This is spiritual intelligence, and then eventually take them to the asakti. Okay, so that is how it's all spontaneous. It actually comes. But the thing is, you also continue doing all your sadhana is still going on. Sadhana is still going on. It's not like, oh, I have come to the Ruchi, I stop everything else. No, that is going on, because you have to keep on watering to that bhakti lata. That water has to be still going on. So you will be having to the sadhu sangha, all the things. Anartha nivritti will be slowly automatically going on. You don't have to do any effort for that. Because of this higher and higher stage, remember that the characters, 26 characters of Vaishnavas, as you go higher and higher, it will automatically manifest. You don't have to go for it, actually. Okay. Now, when Ruchi for Harikatha is awakened, okay, this is another one. Okay, when a Ruchi has come to someone, hearing about Sri Krishna is a nectar all the time, as I mentioned. So that is said in the Srimad Bhagavatam also. Vayam tuna Vitrupiyama Uttama Sloka Vikrame Yech Chrunubatam Rase Jnanam Swadu Pade Pade. So he said that even though we have repeatedly heard about the pastimes of Sri Hari, who is glorified by exalted prayers, we are not satisfied. We are not satisfied. To hear the pastimes of Sri Hari spoken by Rasika devotees is supremely relishable. That is the thing now. Who is talking the Harikatha? Who is giving the Harikatha? Okay, so that's another one. Also, why ordinary people are reluctant to hear the Harikatha? This is what it is. Srimad Bhagavatam saying again. It says, Dharma Swanushtita Pumsam Vishwakshena Kadausuya Notpadayet Yadi Ratim Sramaye Vagi Kevalam. The mundane occupational activities a man performs according to his own whim or useless labor. They have nothing to do developing any Krishna Bhakti. So because they do not initiate any attraction for hearing Harikatha. So basically, the thing is, why people are not able to come and join in Harikatha? Because they are too much in their business. Too much in their mundane activity, they cannot come out. That's exactly what Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, second chapter, 8th verse says that. So more you really get to the opposite side, how can you really come back again? No, it's not possible. That is why hearing Harikatha is not tasty for everyone. Anyway, but look at Parikshit Maharaj's Ruchi. He was elevated to the stage of Ruchi by the grace of Sukadeva Goswami. And during the entire 7 days, he did not even drink a single drop of water. He did not even to take a nap for even a second. And he did not even eat anything also. No eating, no watering, no drinking, no sleep at all. This is how that Ruchi stage is in a high stage, higher, mature stage. But how will I develop that? How can one awaken the taste for bhakti? It is how? Okay, suppose there is a jaundice. Okay, this is what. Because for a jaundice guy, suppose somebody developed jaundice, the yellow eyes and body yellow. What is the medicine? Sugar candy. Sugar candy is the medicine. But you give the sugar candy to the jaundice person, he will, this is bitter. So bitter, I cannot even, put it in my mouth. He will throw it out. But the same sweet candy is the medicine. So what do you have to do? You have to somehow, you make him to really eat and eat and eat and eat. That is what is hearing Harikatha, Shravanam. So if one is hearing by whatever that Guru is telling, you hear Harikatha, you come here. Some or other forcefully he is really making. By hearing Harikatha, then he develops this taste. Bhakti will come. Look at that, I was talking about that elephant Keshavan in the Guruvayur temple. By hearing that Harinam, he developed bhakti and he took two sankalpas. One is, never eat anything on Ekadasi. Second, I will only serve the Lord, the deities on my head only. These are the only two things he was doing all the way until he left the body. So hearing Harikatha cleanses the mind. And it will make one hunger for more Harikatha. So Bhagavan Sri Krishna describes this particular quality to Uddhava in Srimad Bhagavatam. Yata yatatma parim rijayate asau mat punya gata sravana vidanai tada pashyati vastu sukshmam sakshur yatai vanchana samprayuktam. Oh Uddhava, just as a defective eyes, somebody is trying to see clearly and he is not able to see it. Why? Because it needs to be cured. In the olden days, there is something what we call as coryllium. It had the property. That's why they used to put, not for decoration. Nowadays people are putting only for beauty. But this coryllium was actually made of some special herbs. If you really put on the eyelid and eventually it actually gets in touch with the eyes, it makes the eye sharper and sharper and sharper. So that's what he is saying. Like you really put that this coryllium, right? So then they will have the power to see even minute objects like the elephant. Elephant can even see, locate a needle so somewhere you really put there, it can look at the needle and then pick it up. So similarly, when the mind is cleansed from this mundane contamination of the material greed and desire, how? By hearing and speaking about my pastimes, which are purifying, it is equivalent to that coryllium. That is exactly. So the sadhus thus begin to perceive subtle reality. It won't be available for in the normal mundane conception. So in other words, that person, who is in the Ruchi, will be able to experience the sweetness of my names, forms, qualities and pastime. That is Ruchi. That's what he is saying. This is by Bhagavan Sri Krishna himself telling to Uddhava. Okay, now we are going to conclude very soon. Okay, there are two kinds of Ruchis. One is Ruchi that is dependent on external excellence. What is the external excellence? Right? Okay, so this is called Vastu Vaishishtya Apekshini Ruchi. Okay, Vastu Vaishishtya Apekshini. Okay, this means this is relying on something. I will explain what it is. Okay, this has some dependency on some excellence outside. It has to see something. Okay, it has a dependency. Second one is that type of Ruchi is not dependent on external excellence. In relation to Bhagavan we are talking about. This is called Vastu Vaishishtya Anapekshini. So it's negative. Anapekshini. It's not having dependency. Apekshini means dependent and anapekshini means not dependent. What is that? Okay, let us take the first one. Vastu Vaishishtya Apekshini. What is Vastu Vaishishtya Apekshini? It means that the Ruchi or the taste depends on outside excellence. What does it mean? One may feel bliss by hearing a very melodious kirtan with instruments. Wow, this is so good. I want to come every week to really listen to this one. Oh, this is so good. I forgot everything, all my sorrows, everything, whatever, everything I can forget. Oh my God, what a bliss that I am getting. Instruments are added. Or one feels bliss by hearing the pastime of Bhagavan narrated by a sadhu who is talking attractively. He's making all kinds of things, and you mixing with some bhajan in between, and this and that, all kinds of things. So he is actually trying to give a nice, but the thing is, it is kind of what? It is really having a lot of ornamentation. So the ornamentation is the key word here. Okay. So that also one may say, wow, that story was wonderful. Oh, look at how nicely he was narrating. Oh, it's beautiful. I thought that I was actually there. Like that, he really made the scene. Okay, so that is the second kind. Kind of excellence. Third kind is, one may feel bliss when worshipping nicely decorated deities. Nicely decorated with all the opulence and these and the jewels shining. Oh my God, wonderful flute and glitterings and these and that with all the mukud beautifully. Look, why my God, I am seeing. Oh, wow, this is good. I want to come every week to this temple. I want to really do this. These are the three things. Okay, first one is melodious kirtan with instrument. Other one is nicely narrated pastime, Harikatha. Then the third one is decorated deities. So this Ruchi that depends, that develops in one which is depend on this external excellence is called Vastu Vaishishtya Apekshini Ruchi. This is, I will tell another example. This is like a person. Suppose you are going to eat something. You are going to have alright, this is now noon. I am going to have a nice lunch. All right, and then you really, and all the preparations are coming, but you are asking, hey, what kind of dishes you have prepared? Oh, that one, and this one, and this one. Okay, how tasty is that one? Oh, yeah, this is new. You have done this one? Okay, how is that the taste? Like that you are asking about the taste, right? Such inquiries would be, so what they call is symptomatic of a mind of what? The mild appetite only. So that person does not have a big appetite. A high mild appetite is there. So this Vastu Vaishishtya Apekshini Ruchi is something like that. If one's mind is contaminated by any trace of impurity, that means there is impurity there. That's why it is. There is impurity there. That doesn't mean that they are bad. No, there is impurity there, but it will go away eventually. In that case, one's taste of kirtana and also the other limbs of bhakti will depend upon these kind of excellences. Beautiful narration, beautiful kirtan with instruments and beautiful deities and all. So this is the nature of this Vastu Vaishishtya Apekshini. Okay. So that means we should understand that this type of Ruchi reveals that one's mind is still enveloped in a layer of contamination. Okay, that's the thing. Now come to the Vastu Vaishishtya Anapekshini. What is this Vastu Vaishishtya Anapekshini? It is a taste which is not depending on any of external excellence or external attraction. A person with this type of Ruchi does not expect any excellence in performance. Just by hearing and chanting the names and forms and hearing the forms and qualities of Krishna, just remembering, he feels immense bliss. This Ruchi is actually composed of unflinching faith because he is very strong. There is no contamination. That is why as soon as the names and forms and qualities and pastimes and also the worship of Sri Bhagavan. Any deity is a deity, that's it. If you go to Vrindavan, I will tell you, people may say, why the deity is so, not very decorative or something, very, very ordinary, if you see that. But Vrindavan is a place for what? For Vastu Vaishishti Anupekshini. You can see that anywhere if you see the Vrindavan, people may say, in Vrindavan all the deities are... No, Vrindavan, that's the thing. This is Anupekshini. Okay, so that means, so this does not need any melodic, rhythmic or musical instruments in the performance of, Kirtan. But however, okay, this is the thing that you have to understand. But it's not necessary. But however, if the features of external excellence are present, then that Ruchi develops further into an extremely mature state. It's even go higher because we need to go higher. So what that means, I am not talking about is, I am not saying that we should not have those. No instruments, no very nice harikatha or nice decoration. No, not that way. Your mind will tell you that you don't need it because you are situated in that stage. But when you really see all these and also all these instruments and all the things come, then you really feel so, wow, this is nice. This is nice. Okay. So now take the same example of the person who was really trying to eat the lunch. Suppose you happen to be very hungry, extremely hungry. You did not have anything to eat for so many days. And you see a food. And you see here some raw rice. No vegetable, no dish, no vegetables, nothing, no kurma, no sweet, nothing, no dessert, nothing. Just a raw rice is there. What will he will eat without asking any question? Will he ask, hey, how does it taste? Okay, this love, okay, yeah, what's the taste of that? You made that one? Nothing, no question asked. You grab it and then eat it. But at the same time, instead of that raw rice, suppose you are giving a real feast, how will that person feel? He will be so good. Right? He will relish more, of course. But it's not necessary for him. Okay, you have to be, okay, so I am trying to explain the stage only. So it's a feeling. Okay? So, the Vastu Vaishishtya Anapekshini Ruchi does not rely on external excellence. So, it really doesn't matter whether some excellence is there or not. So, that is why if we see Vamsidasa Babaji, which you are seeing, her life is an example of this. Look at him, he cooks, that's fine, but the thing is, how he actually feeds and what kind of dish he really makes. Just boil something, and here once he actually tried to really celebrate the Janmashtami in a big way, very big way, but there was no paisa, nothing. And you say, wow, I don't have anything. Okay, he really picked up 5 paisa or something, 5 paisa, 2 paisa, something. He went to the market and then he said, oh, I want that, but that one, this, because he was thinking that he will make a big feast. And that guy said, how much money you have, Babaji? I have this much. No good. I cannot give anything for this one. No, this costs this costs that. And finally what he did, he could not buy anything. And then the guy was saying, if you want, you can actually, I threw some rotten tomatoes and all the cabbages and this and everything over there. You can probably pick something from there. That's what he did. So, look at here. He really brought those things. We really took some of them, the discarded ones, and he really made something, whatever it is. And that was his Krishna Janmashtami. And Krishna gladly ate. Because Krishna gets hungry. When your bhakti increases, he gets hungry. That is why he did not eat in the place of Duryodhana, but he went to the place of Vidura, and he said, oh mother, I am hungry, he said. So there he is not hungry, and here he is hungry. What a big thing within just 5 minutes. How did the hunger all of a sudden actually manifest just like that? Because the bhakti makes the Bhagavan also hungry. So similarly, the bhakti in you also make all his pastimes and leelas and naams and everything so tasty. You don't need anything else. No artificial excellence. Okay. So I hope that you understood. Ruchi is very, very important. So this stage is mandatory for anyone who is really trying to help other devotees to come in the line. Without Ruchi, it's going to be useless. Now with that, this is a summary of the class. So Ruchi is a stage of realization and tasting sweetness. Ruchi is like effulgencing gem in the heart. Radha Krishna are the life and soul of these Ruchi devotees. They don't have anything else of importance in this world, period. And what is the symptom of Ruchi? They will never feel tired in devotional activities, never. And also, at the stage of Ruchi, they will select one limb of bhakti as predominant. And for that the devotee who has developed to come to Ruchi stage, his body, he just simply forgets about his body, and the world is non-existent for him. He's just there, that's all. His soul is somewhere else. He's in the spiritual world already. Okay? And what? Automatically, the Vaishnava qualities will come to him. You don't have to go to him. It will automatically manifest. Why? Because very simple. We see there is a darkness. That's the bad qualities. When in the dark, how will you drive the darkness out? You are not going to, there is a dark room. You are not going to take a bucket and go into the dark room. All right, here is a one bucket of darkness, throw it out. Another bucket of darkness, throw it out. Is that the way the darkness is supposed to be emptied? No. Very easy. You bring a light. The darkness immediately goes there, out. The same way, when Krishna Bhakti manifests in a Jiva, Bhakta, high Bhakta, the Vaishnava qualities automatically come. You don't have to, he doesn't have to go for it. Okay, this is the thing. Okay, so Ruchi stage, today we are covering is so important, in fact, to understand. Then also one of the symptoms, there are other symptoms also, is he will be poetic. He cannot withstand just by sitting there idle. Always singing and composing. That is the quality of this Ruchi stage. And his only purpose is talk about Krishna only. And if there is anything else comes, of course he hates it. He hates it. If it is about Krishna, yes, he wants to talk. This is why Vaishnavas always talk, and mundane people who will be afraid of coming to them. They don't want to come to them. How can a crow come to a swan place? It won't come. Because there is no the kachara dabba there. It's pure. And then bhajans and harikathas will bring tears. When they sing bhajans and performing harikatha, they hear harikatha, they bring tears. They cannot resist. And at this stage, any scripture that we have, of course, Shraddha. Many people are stuck in Shraddha. People do not have Shraddha even. They are not even the first step. Here, they have gone so much. And you take any scripture, they will go deeper and deeper realizations. And also, Ruchi cannot be quenched. There is no way up. It's like an ever-burning flame. Because in the first sloka of the sixth Ashtakam, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is talking about quenching that material forest of fire. And when it really, then that is actually quenched. Another fire starts coming. That cannot be quenched. This fire is divine. This divine power is what we are talking about here. Is that fire can never be quenched. By even Harikatha, keep on hearing. You never get bored. You always increases. Because he is having the quality of the spiritual dimension. Then also, what is the way of cleansing our mind so that we can at least come to the bhakti? Harikatha, Shravanam. It starts with Shravanam only. Then only, without Shravanam, you cannot start anywhere. You cannot really straight away go and then start chanting. It's not going to work. You are not going to do. You have to hear lot of Harikatha. That is why Shravanam is first. Then only you can actually then come to the Kirtanam. So the Harikatha, hearing Harikatha, cleanses the mind. And of course, bring up the Ruchi eventually, but because we are talking about Ruchi. But not only that, actually Harikatha starts from all the way from your, because it starts with the Sadhu Sangha. Shraddha comes, then Sadhu Sangha, then you are slowly coming. And here, hearing more Harikatha at Ruchi stage will now take you to now the next rocket is getting prepared. What that rocket? That rocket is the one which is going to take you to the Asakti. Asakti we will be covering next. Also, we really covered about the two types of, just covered the two types of Ruchi. Vastu Vaishishtya Apekshini and Vastu Vaishishtya Anapekshini. Okay, so that's covered there. And next week, yes, these topics are really going high. And again, as you said, I don't know how many of you could really understand. So, because you need to have realization and also mercy from Vaishnavas to really, get their mercy. Otherwise, no, it's not possible. So, with that, I conclude today's class.